The Sean Strickland situation is crazy and just took a big turn. Sean Strickland is alleging that MMA manager Tiki Goen assaulted a girl multiple times and claims that he has the proof directly from the girl and her father. But who is Tiki Goen? Tiki owns and operates Arsenal Sports Agency, a mixed martial arts gym in California. He was formerly managed by Dana White and is also a UFC veteran. He was once the manager of Rampage Jackson, Chael Sonnen, and Yair Rodriguez, but none of this stopped Sean from calling Tiki out on Twitter. He wrote, "Alright, F it. There's this guy named Tiki. He's a manager, and the mother effer is everywhere. I don't know why. He owned a gym and paid my buddy's girlfriend $100 to S him off while he trained. Accusations of hooking up with a 17-year-old. I just don't get it." Things took a twist when Sean was threatened to be sued by Tiki for defamation. After Sean had tweeted about the alleged assault, Sean was forced to remove his tweets about Tiki, but didn't silence himself. Instead, he threatened Tiki back with a lawsuit of his own and claims that there are many more people who are going to speak up about the things that Tiki did to them while owning his gym. One interesting point about this whole situation is the media coverage of it. You can't find anything on Google about Sean's allegations, and with how present he is in the news cycle, he believes something bigger is going on here. The MMA community is siding with Tiki Goen, and they won't report Sean's allegations. Sean tweeted saying, 48 hours and nothing. Tell me there is not a cover-up. I can't sneeze without it coming up on Google. The flow of information is controlled. Jason Mayhem Miller recently responded to Sean's tweet, saying, "Hey bud, I'm surprised you're just figuring it out." Sean replied to Jason saying, "Other people are coming forward now. Sue me, man. You're gonna be going after a lot of people soon." Sean went on to release a video explaining the situation and calling out Tiki for the defamation lawsuit threats. And Sean even threatened to crowdfund a lawsuit against Tiki for the girl and her father.
So you guys, I put a lot of thought in this video and we're doing it. What I'm saying, it's not fact. I can't prove it. This is an allegation. It may or may not be true. I will just tell you my story and I will let you decide. So this guy Tiki, he is very connected with the UFC and he manages everybody from Aljo. He's managed everybody. So I was at a gym and I don't need to go into details, but something really bad happened with a girl and a fighter. And at that point on, I was like, I will never go back to HB Ultimate. I will never go back to this gym. I think you are the worst of the worst. If you can do that, I'm done with you. So fast forward. Someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, Sean, you should really let Tiki manage you. He's a great manager. He's very connected. He'll make you a ton of money." And I say, you know what? I will never be in the same room with this guy, much less let him manage me. I don't care how much money he makes me. And there's a guy that heard the conversation. He says, "You think that's bad? Let me tell you what he did with this guy's daughter, who I've known for years." And I'm like, "Oh, tell me." So he tells me, and I go to the guy that says, "Hey, you wanted me to manage this guy. Let me tell you this story." And this guy says, "How did you know about that?" Right? So I go on Twitter and I make a joke about, like I do. I say, "Hey, you know what? This guy's a groomer, potential pedophile. This is what I could. It's not confirmed. It's not slander. It's not defamation. This is just what I heard." So I get a word to the bird, the chain, that this guy is thinking about suing me for defamation. Which I don't know how. I'm not saying you did or didn't. I'm just saying this is what I heard. So I reach out to the father of the girl. The girl is married, great life, has kids. And I say, "Hey, I will pursue this and I will go to court and I will crowdfund this whole thing, but I need to know if you're okay with it. If your daughter's okay with it. Because if you aren't, I'm not going to say one damn word. I'm going to let it die." So he gets back to me and he called his daughter. And his daughter, I guess, was pretty emotional about the whole thing. And she said that we 100% support you. And, he said there are levels to it that she couldn't even talk about because it was that traumatizing to her. So, this is what I know. Do I know if it's true? No. I know that I don't work with this guy. I know that I see this guy everywhere. I see him at events. I see him front row to fights. I see this man shaking hands everywhere. And I know this about him Do I know if it's true? No. But I've heard it from credible sources from the father. The girl would come forward. She's married, has a great life, and it's very painful for her. So it's, it's going to be hard going to court, but she's willing to do it. So, Tiki, what I say to you is, if you want to sue me for slander, defamation, I am not slandering you. I am not making this up. This is what was told to me by the girl's father. If you want to sue me, I will crowdfund this and we will go to court and I will fight you.
He also addressed the media not reporting the news correctly, calling out the politics of the community.
And to the point of you suing me, trying to keep my mouth shut, to the point of that, I left that post up for about, 3-4 hours. And I kept Googling Tiki. I kept Googling his name. When is someone going to write an article about what I said? And nothing. Crickets. I can't sneeze without the MMA press writing an article. And I drop a bomb like that and nobody says anything. That is how deeply this man's connected. That is how deeply you have to shut up and toe the line. But Tiki, I will not. I talked to the girl. I talked to the girl's father. We are willing to go to court. You can sue me. We will crowdfund this whole thing, and I will give every dollar that is not fought in court back to you guys or to the victim. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got to say. Bring it on, Tiki. I'm ready for you.
The MMA community reacted to Sean's allegations by saying, "He's a piece of ish. He let higher-ups gaslight Aljo to take a fight he didn't want." It seems like MMA has a bigger grooming problem than most people realize. A handful of coaches I've seen dating girls they started training when they were minors. Very sickening. A lot of predators out there, legally speaking. It's going to depend on which state this went down in if she was 17. Could be a civil trial though. Lawyer up and don't say too much, Sean. These people can afford enough lawyers to punish you with the process. Sean Strickland is a man of the people. Would love to donate to this cause if and when the GoFundMe page goes live. That's a complex story with a lot of legal implications for anyone who does not have legal counsel, which is 95% of MMA media. And the MMA journalists that do want to write about it have to screen the article through their editor and legal department. I'm 1000% certain that this story didn't go anywhere was all about Strickland constantly saying dumbish and it blending in with the noise and not about any power Tiki holds. Nobody is thinking about that guy. If there's even a small chance this is true, Tiki will be very upset when all of his dirty laundry will be aired during Discovery. Rough stuff all around. If true, I feel for this girl and hope she has been able to find a life after her trauma. You aren't the things that have happened to you. With that said, false allegations are also terrible. I don't know anything beyond what I've seen in this vid. I respected Sean before, and I respect him 10 million times more now. He only cares about doing what's right, and not about the money.